pleasant good evening. A pleasant good evening. We have been here for just about 3 good hours. 3 good hours as we start the launch to yet again another election campaign. I am mindful of the amount of young people who I see around here this evening, and the fact that you are not in your cars, but you're indeed standing and making yourselves counted with this movement. And that is what it's all about. That you need not to be fearful, but you need to ensure that you are indeed counted among the faithful. Fellow Anguillians, residents and visitors alike this evening, I am indeed honored to be standing before you. This evening marks the drawing of the political curtains as we look forward towards the 2015 general election. I'm indeed honored this evening to be part of this team, the Anguilla United Movement. I'm indeed honored to be part of this team as we recommit to giving service to this, our beloved island and its people. In 2009 and 2010, I stood on this very spot here as a member of the Anguilla Progressive Party, APP, appealing to you for your support for the party as we recognize that change was the cry and the order of the day. Change as a result of what was conceived to be a failed state in which Anguilla was heading under the then Anguilla United Front administration. Failure in the sense that Anguilla at the time had moved from being considered to be the mega of the Caribbean in 2007, words echoed by the former Chief Minister, the Honorable Osborne Fleming, to becoming the beggars of the Caribbean in 2009-2010. I refer to the then administration of the Anguilla United Movement, seeking permission, and if your memory serves you well, you'd recall that they seek to borrow funds from the Dominica facility at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. They seek to do this, ladies and gentlemen, in order to keep the wheels of this country turning. But what we did not know at the time is that the Anguilla United Front, with all the education and expertise, were going to the Social Security Board and borrowing money on a monthly basis to keep this country wheels afloat as well. You supported the appeal for change, fellow Anguillians, and in particular the residents of District Number 2, and here I am today as a result of the confidence which you placed within me. Your confidence afforded me the opportunity to be in government today and to be in a position where I have been able to make a worthwhile and noble contribution to this island's development. My decision following consultation to cross the floor, fellow Anguillians, have not served this island as a liability, but instead I have served this island as a valuable asset to the people of this country. That decision of crossing the floor afforded me the opportunity to sit as a minister of government today, being part of the decision makers in the Executive Council of Anguilla and the Parliament of Anguilla. I thank you for your support, and I again appeal to you for your continued support, ladies and gentlemen, and especially the residents of District Number 2 in the upcoming general election, constitutionally due in 2015. Friends, you gave me the mandate, or you gave the mandate to this movement, the Anguilla United Movement, to lead you in 2010. And for that, we are indeed eternally grateful. It is indeed, and has been indeed, a challenging term, but a term which, through the support and strength granted to us by God Almighty, and you, our loyal supporters, we are still standing firm today. I wish to state here tonight that despite the challenges and criticisms, we were able to accomplish much with little. And while the journey is not through, we are presenting you with the right team of hard-working, honest individuals who stand ready to continue the work of building our island in the best interests of you, the people of Anguilla. This administration has indeed been battered and bruised from all fronts since our victory in 2010. But through it all, fellow Anguillians, through it all, we are still standing firm today. We survived, ladies and gentlemen, we survived the broke treasury left by the Anguilla United Front. We survived several debt left hanging in the millions by the Anguilla United Front. Debt associated with the water deal. Debt associated with Asitco and the Cinnamon Reef deal. And other disputed land issues. This, fellow Anguillians, have caused this administration to put some tax measures in place to keep this island financially afloat. The failure of the Anguilla United Front have caused us to bring these measures upon you, the people of this country. But through it all, we survived. We survived a governor who was bent on trying to destroy this clean administration. Through it all, we survived a rogue minister. A rogue minister who sought to take bread out of the mouths of the people of this country by agreeing with Alistair Harrison, the former governor, to close the Dolphin. That rogue minister, ladies and gentlemen, with all the political science and degrees and education, was the one who stuck side by side with Alistair Harrison and agreed to take bread out of the mouths of our taxi drivers, our boat operators, our restaurant operators, and I speak of none other than Edison Beard. But we have a new sheriff in town. We have a new sheriff in town. A rogue minister, ladies and gentlemen, who gave us much kickback to the first serious memorandum of understanding negotiated for the eastern side of the island, and I refer to the Scrub Project. We survived the forces of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office when they call on us to cut our civil servants' numbers, when they call upon us to cut the hours, when they call upon us to cut the number of days. We resisted that, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Listen to what is happening around our region. 3,000 in Barbados going home, not knowing what to do and where the next meal will come from. St. Lucia today is thinking about reducing their civil servants by 5%. But we here in Anguilla, your humble grassroots government, your uneducated government, is looking out for the uneducated people who supported us. But through it all, we still stand here today. Where does the rogue minister stand? Where does the rogue minister stand? In his rightful place. And where he needs to stand is outside of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. And we will replace them with the new sheriff. We need workers, not campaigners. Waste energy project via incineration and the use of hydro. We are today well positioned to see the commencement of the new home facility for our Anguilla Community College in the Farrington. It started under the front. We continued, and I'm saying that I stand proud and will go down in history to say that it was not because of my laziness or my inability to perform effectively in government, but it is because I am the one who have been duly appointed to do it, will dig the shovel for the groundbreaking ceremony and not a rogue minister. Our youth have been doing well academically, despite the conditions to which they have to work under. They have also been excelling in sports, and for that we're indeed thankful. I've just mentioned this, ladies and gentlemen, tonight just to whet your appetite, because it is important that we sometimes remind you of what government has and have been doing. Because when you hear the opposition saying that this government has done nothing, ask them what they have left in the treasury for us to do meaningfully. But we have made good work with the little that we had. As we continue this journey, you will hear much more as it relates to airlift, water, tourism, and healthcare. But I want to say to you this evening, as Minister with responsibility for Home Affairs and Education, I wish to briefly inform you that much has been done during my period. The various departments under my watch have been performing well despite the financial woes. There have been some changes in top management positions, namely in the Fisheries Department, Lands and Survey, and Youth and Culture. A new section for Gender Affairs is now up and running under the directorship of Dr. Ronya Foy-Connor. We are well advanced in addressing the domestic violence bill, which is scheduled to reach the Assembly chambers very shortly. Our environmental department, whose mandate it is to implement and establish a holistic and participatory system of sustainable environmental management, including conservation of biodiversity, so as to improve the quality of life in Anguilla, has been very much focused on achieving this desired outcome under the leadership of the Director, Mr. Karim Hodge. Anguilla has recently been granted the extensions of CITES, the Convention of International Trade Against Endangered Species. This is indeed a great feat, and for that we ought to be thankful, ladies and gentlemen. Our educational facilities are in need of urgent attention, and a work plan as it relates to addressing these needs are now in place, with the construction of the first phase of the Adrian T. Hazel School due to take place during the latter part of this year, 2015. I wish to thank the various community partners for their ongoing contributions to assisting with our learning institutions. In the area of youth and culture, we have a team of hard-working civil servants who are providing outlets for our youth to benefit from on an ongoing basis. The well-known Job Link-Up program, the new Get Set program, and work carried on with the various centers on this island are but just a few of the achievements of this department. Fellow Anguillians, your government is ready.
That's right.
We are ready and fully prepared to continue the journey. This is not the time for change. Change to what? This is not the time for change. Change to what? We are well aware from where we came in February 2010 and to where we are today under a people-driven grassroots leadership administration. We stand here tonight to say to you that despite the challenges and the successes, that there is much more to be done, and we have found a strong man in this district who is ready to put country above self and has committed to giving up his U.S. citizenship and great benefits in the U.S. to return home and to give back. I speak, ladies and gentlemen, of none other than your next district representative here in District Number 1, not Otland Vanderpool, not Pam Webster, but I speak of Dr. Lorenza Ellis Webster, fellow Anguillians. Show him the love. We are indeed proud to see the love and support given one to the other when his brother Sam, whom you will hear from shortly, would graciously hand over the mantle to Dr. Lorenza Webster. District 1, what Sam has done is indeed a sacrifice for the greater good of not self, but indeed the country. Show us the love. So I stand here tonight to say to you that your eyes must be set on one candidate in this district and one symbol come 2015. And I refer to none other than Dr. Lorenza Ellis Webster, the tree. Dr. Lorenza Ellis Webster, the tree. This team, the Anguilla United Movement, with Dr. Webster on board, brings the qualities which Anguilla needs as we forge ahead. Therefore, District Number 1, we present to you our comrade, your friend, and next district representative, Dr. Lorenza Webster, to be part of Team 2015 under the Anguilla United Movement banner. So let us, as we start this journey tonight, in every circle about him, speak in every circle about him. Residents of this beloved district seek to reach him as he will seek to reach you in return. You have a good man. I repeat, you have a good man. I stood on this podium 4 years ago and presented you a woman. Tonight, I'm presenting you a good man. I'm presenting to you tonight a loyal man. I'm presenting to you tonight a genuine man. I'm presenting to you tonight a man of integrity here in your corner of this island, Dr. Lorenza Ellis Webster. In Dr. Webster's case, ladies and gentlemen, and in particular District Number 1, you would not have to be wondering which side of the aisle he will join following the 2015 election, for he is a member of Team A.U.M. He is not an independent candidate looking for team members. Luckily, Eric got a few accompanying him now. But I want to repeat, he is not an independent candidate. He is a team player, and he is part of Team A.U.M. We must not allow ourselves to be in the mood of speculation when it comes to representation, fellow Anguillians. No one man, no one woman is an island, and especially when it comes to politics. You must be with somebody. You must associate with somebody. And we are going to call out the independent candidates. Let them tell you from now which side of the aisle they will go. If they cannot tell you from now, vote them out. Vote them out by putting that X next to Lorenzo Ellis Webster. Vote them out by putting that X next to Patrick Hanley III. We cannot deal with speculators and these independent candidates who claim it to be independent candidates, but they are just basically satellites. Satellites. Therefore, you must ask any independent candidate, and you know who they are. Which side of the aisle? He, or she. Which side of the aisle they will sit. Make them accountable. Make them transparent and honest from now. If they cannot say where they're going from now, vote them out. The election must not be about casting your eggs blindly on the basis, and ladies and gentlemen, this is important. This is important. The election must not be about casting your eggs blindly based on handouts, soft-spoken voices, misrepresentation of the truth, and pretty faces. No more. No more. District Number 1, Dr. Webster is and must be your candidate of choice. He must be your candidate of choice. Weak leadership and representation must not be continued to be the order of the day in District Number 1. And as such, you have to change the guard here in District Number 1. Change the guard with one who is capable of representing your needs and aspirations. And I refer to none other than Dr. Lorenzo Ellis Webster. I urge you, District Number 1, not to allow the opportunity for sound and result-oriented leadership to pass you by come 2015. Tonight, I share in the endorsement of our ear, nose, and throat surgeon. I repeat, I share in the endorsement of our ear, nose, and throat surgeon. Your friend, my comrade, Dr. Lorenzo Ellis Webster, as the next district representative for District Number 1. Ellis. I speak of none other than Dr. Lorenzo Ellis Webster. When I speak about honesty, transparency, integrity. I'm speaking about Dr. Lorenzo Ellis Webster.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I stand here tonight, hand in hand, to give my full support and endorsement to your Conrad, my Conrad, your friend, Dr. Webster. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
may God bless him. May his blessings continue to be upon him. And may God continue to bless the Anguilla United Movement. And may God continue to bless Anguilla. Thank you. Good night. God bless you.
Thank you.
We are ready and we are on the move.
Ready, 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 we're ready, we're ready, yeah, we're ready.